Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Mbalenhle Hlatshwayo, known as Mbalenhle Chrissy in this channel. Today I am back again with another video. I thank you so much guys for 400 something subscribers. We are on the road to 500 subscribers, and I appreciate you all for watching my videos, for subscribing, and also for sharing my videos. I do appreciate you all. Thank you so much guys. So today I'm back with another video. As you can see with the title of this video and with the thumbnail, that if you know me, or some of you will know that 3 years ago, which was in 2019, I relocated, meaning I moved to another city. I didn't have a job and I didn't know anyone. The only people who are on the city that I'm currently living in, but in a different place, is my other family from my father's side. So I moved without a job, as I said, and without knowing anyone. So I relocated from Durban to Johannesburg in 2019, and it's been like 3 years staying here. This is my 3rd year, which is 2021. So, and I'm pretty okay, and I think I really enjoy being this side than in Durban. I don't know, I really enjoy being here, as much as it has its own challenges, but I really enjoy being here and I do not regret relocating. So this video is for someone who's also thinking or planning to move to another city. I won't say someone who has a job already, because if you have a job already, or if you have an idea of what you're gonna be doing in that city, is that you are mainly organized and you actually have a purpose on where to start and how are you gonna start. So this video is basically for someone who is planning to relocate or who is looking to relocate in the future without a job to that city. So as I have said, that relocating is one of the things that are so stressful, and they are so emotionally draining, because you have to sacrifice that you're no longer going to be living with your family, and you'll have to be independent, and you will have to create opportunities, or you have to look for opportunities in a different city, which is actually not easy, which not everyone can be able to do that and can be able to maintain that life, and also to be patient in looking for a job, into looking for something to do, or into realizing on what is their career. So I'll be sharing like things that I did, or things that someone can do in order to prepare relocating to a different city. So firstly, as I said, that if you have a job, it's like it can be you are relocating because the company is relocating, or you are relocating because you received a better offer in a different city, or you are relocating because you have received a new offer to a certain company on the other city where it's not your home city, I would say. So it's become easy for you to manage your life and also to progress in life, because you already know that if you are going to rent in another city, you can budget based on the salary that you'll be getting, and you can easily move, and you'll know that if you are moving, you already have a plan, you already have a purpose in your life, you already have a direction in your life. Let me tell you, when I moved to another city, I had just finished my degree. Sorry, when I moved to another city, I had just finished my degree. I had to leave the job that I was doing, which I think I was 8 months or 10 months in that job, and I had to leave, or I had to resign from that job, and I actually didn't have any idea of how my life was gonna be, but I did trust I had like a plan, but I won't say your plan always work because you can say, oh, maybe in 3 months I'm gonna have a job, and you don't get that job when you get into that city. You can say, oh, I'm gonna maybe try and work on my business business takes time. Sometimes they do not work and you have to pay rent, you have to take care of yourself. Maybe you have bills and you have to pay for all those bills. You have to maybe support home and you have to do that. So I'll be sharing, as I said, things that help me to be able to relocate, and also I'll be sharing things that can also help you if you are planning to relocate without a job. Okay, so firstly, I had a why. I had a why I want to relocate. I remember that growing up, actually at home, no one has ever like moved to another city or to another country. So when I grew up, I was like, once I finish studying or once I finish school, I want to relocate. Joburg was my first thing that I wanted to. Joburg was my first place that I wanted to relocate to. So I think it's got deeper when I was in university, and I knew on my first year, I remember that I used to say it, I used to talk about it, I used to tell my mom, or I used to tell like my friends that when I'm done, I'll go to Joburg. And I knew what I wanted, but actually life doesn't work like that. Life doesn't work like that. You can plan, but anyway, God will decide, right? So I used to say, once I finish my degree, I will go to Joburg. Okay, firstly, is that when you look at the life in Joburg, when you are at that side or when you are in different city, you think everything is going well, and you'll think like people are living life and opportunities are there. But when you get here, it's not like that. That is why I'm saying that relocating without a job, it has to be your own personal decision, and you have to realize that are you going to be patient with yourself, or are you going to wait? Are you going to be able to wait for opportunities? Are you going to be able to knock like at the doors for opportunities, or you'll just relocate and sit and wait for someone to give you a bread? So what I've realized in Joburg is that it doesn't work like that. If you are not willing to work hard, and if you're not willing to work for yourself, to make decisions for yourself, and also to set boundaries for yourself, someone is going to decide for you. It can be a friend, or it can be a boyfriend if you have one, or it can be like people you are living with. So you need to set your own boundaries. You need to know where you want to be in life, and you need to say no to a lot of things in order for you to be able to achieve your goals. So that is the first thing. I had a why, and if you want to relocate, you need to know why you want to relocate. As I have mentioned, that for me, it was something that I wanted for so long, and I had stayed with my parents or with my family for the longest, like for the entire 21 years. So I hadn't felt being independent. I haven't felt being not in charge of someone. So I wanted to take care of myself, and I wanted to be away from my home. And also I think it helped me to actually overcome every circumstances that were coming along in my way, because I'll say that my first year in Joburg, it wasn't easy at all. I was trying to find myself, changing companies, changing jobs, until I got a job into a company where like I was given like a permanent position, right? But also I'll say that from then, that is where I saw myself growing. That is where I was able to move out from staying with, let's say, sharing a bedroom with someone, to sharing to have my own bedroom, right? So I started seeing myself growing and growing and growing, and also I had to understand my why. And also in your why, you need to be patient with yourself, and you need to know that if you are relocating without a job, you will have to start fresh, whether you have a degree or whether you have or whether you think you're gonna have like a lot of opportunities. It actually doesn't work like that. So the second thing that I planned, that I did, was to research. researching, meaning you have to research if there are any opportunities in the city that you want to stay in. So Joburg has a lot of opportunities. It can be a freelancer, it can be corporate opportunities, corporate jobs, I'll say, opportunities. It can be anything. What I like about Joburg is that I don't think you'll stay at home because you don't have a job. They're always like, there's a lot of companies here that are willing to help people, but you have to work hard. I remember when I firstly, in my first year, that I did work for a sales company, and you have to work hard in sales. You have to work hard, and I did realize that it's actually not my thing, and it's not something that I actually want to make it to like a career, or it's something that I'll do like for the longest time. But anyway, I was able to pay my rent, I was able to pay rent and to buy food and to pay my bill. I had a cell phone contract at the time. I was able to cover all those things because it was my first year and I was still trying for myself. And yeah, so the first job that I got, it was for sales, and I remember that the company was very terrible. I'm sorry to say that, but it was very terrible, and I had to start changing companies until I got like the permanent position in one of the companies. So you have to check if the city you are relocating in has opportunities, and also if you can be able to get opportunities in what you have studied. Even if you haven't studied anything, are you going to be able to work for yourself, or are you going to be able to push business, or to get like jobs that are not requiring, like that don't require any qualifications, I mean. So you need to make sure that you check the opportunities, and also safety, guys. I feel like our country is not actually safe. So when you are relocating, you need to look at the state of safety, crime, and you also need to look at the places, which places is more better than the other. Don't just relocate because you don't know anyone. Even if you are relocating to stay with your friend or with your family, at the end of the day, when you're looking for opportunities, you'll be looking for opportunities alone. You'll have to travel. It's either someone is transporting you or you are catching taxis. It's not safe. So when I firstly came here, I was very scared of Joburg CBD. I'm sorry to say that, but I was very scared of Joburg CBD even today, because there's a lot of people and there's a lot of crime. It's something you need to open your eyes when you're walking there. You need to be watched. You need to know where you're going. Imagine if you are new and you don't know anyone, and you have to ask people in Joburg CBD that you're actually not safe, because the person you will ask may be someone who will steal like a phone from you or the money, and where are you gonna get help? So you need to check the safety, you need to check the crime rates, and you need to make your research before you even think of relocating. Make sure that you do your research, do your proper research, ask people. Like, go on I feel like social media has like everything. Like this video, it's gonna help someone who's gonna be watching, or who's gonna be planning to move to another city, maybe in 2 years or in 5 years time. So familiarize yourself with social media, because I feel like in Twitter, in Google, in YouTube, there's always someone who's talking about something that you are researching. I always say that you need to check, because people are talking about everything. So you need to check for yourself if you are relocating, or if the place you decide to relocate to is safe for you and it has opportunities or not. Another thing that you have to do before you relocate, or before when you're planning to relocate, is that you need to pay off your debts. Paying off your debts, let's say you have Mr. Price credit card, or you have a loan that you're paying, or you have a credit card that you're paying for any store, make sure that you don't have ikoloto. Make sure that you wehlisa kancane ikoloteni, because it's not gonna work if you are trying to shift from where you are and you still have ikoloto. As I said, that if you do not have a job, meaning you do not have a backup, you are going to look for a job, and you don't want to have like a bad credit score. You wouldn't want debt collectors to contact you when you are still trying to find yourself, trying to figure out your life, and trying to actually getting a job in another city. So you need to make sure that you pay off your debt. Another thing, you need to save. You need to save. Have at least, I'll say, if it's possible, have at least 1 year living expenses. Have a 1 year amount in your bank account, or even 6 months for your living expenses. You know that your rent maybe is 3,000 rand. How much you spend on food, you will have bills to pay either. Or if you are staying with your friend, you're not gonna stay with your friend forever, and your friend can be fine at first, but after that they will also want their own space, so no one is gonna accommodate you for the longest time. You also need to find your own place. You need to be by yourself so that you can be free. That is also what I've realized. That is what I've realized about Joburg, that you need your freedom. You need your freedom, and you actually need your space, because what you do is that you work. You can't be at work for 8 hours. Coming back, you need to rest. Your friend has their friends. Maybe your friend has invited like her friends in the room, and you will have to sleep. You're not gonna sleep because for sure they are making noise, or they are doing whatever they are doing. So you need to find your own space, and you need to find your own space that is safe, because you cannot trust like anyone, especially strangers or even your friend. They can change at any time. So you need to make sure that you're safe, and you need to make sure that you are prepared emotionally and financially. So I remember when I moved to Joburg, that I think in my account I had like I know it's funny, but in my account I think I had like less than 3,000 rand. But because of my faith, I had so much faith that things are gonna work for me, and I had so much faith that I'm gonna get a job, like maybe in a month or in 2 months. I was like, you know what, it's gonna happen, and I'll see when I get there. And I did get like interviews. I think my interview was like in 2 weeks time in a debt collection company, and I got the position. I got the position after two days. No, I got the position, and after two, I went for training. They called us for training, and after 2 days I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna go there. Like, it's not for me. I can't be asking people for their money. I can't ask people to pay ikoloto zabo. So unfortunately I didn't take that job. I didn't go back actually. So I think I waited. I had like 3 interviews in 3 months. The first one I got a job. The second one I didn't get the job. I was so sad because it was a good offer with a good company, but I don't know what happened. It was just a lot. I didn't get that position. It was fine. Life to move on. The third one, it's where I got the job in a sales company, which was horrible, and I think I left after 3 months, and I started to work in different companies until I find my permanent job, as I said earlier. So so for me, I was so certain that things are gonna work for me and that I was gonna be fine. What I wanted, or what was important to me, was that I want to relocate. And I believe that if it didn't happen at the time where I decided to relocate, it was actually not going to happen, because it takes a lot of you to have that strength of saying, I'm leaving my family, I'm leaving my comfortable bed, I'm living my comfortable life, and I don't know what is going to happen, but I'm willing to take the risk. Yeah. So another thing, you need to check the cost of living in the city where you want to relocate or where you wish to relocate to. So I know what I've seen is that in Johannesburg, different places, a lot of places, some of the places are cheaper and some of the places are expensive. So you need to check the cost of living in the area you want to stay in or you want to stay at. And you also need to check if you can be able to afford in staying in that area, or if you can be able to afford in being in that city. So as I have mentioned, that you need to budget, and you need to make sure that you don't have like any debt, and you need to save. So you saving, by you saving, it's gonna help you to maintain yourself in that city you want to live at. Decide whether, if you are renting, are you renting in a flat, are you renting in a cottage, or are you just going to a township and rent a room in the township? Decide for yourself. And as I said, that you need to know where you are at life. Don't compare yourself with someone because you see someone staying in a 2-bedroom apartment. You also want to stay there. There's a lot that goes on with that. If you can afford, that is fine. But if you can't, you don't have to force things. You don't have to force yourself. Another thing is that you need to check a social and professional network in that city. So some cities, let's say if you get there, you're most likely not to find a job, I would say. Even in Johannesburg, because I'm talking about Johannesburg most of the time because that is where I relocated to. Okay, so in Johannesburg, I think there is a lot of network. There's a lot of social networking. So what helped me is that when I get here, I used to be more social with people. I'll tell people, oh, where are you working? I'm looking for a job. This is what I have. And I'm not saying that you should do that, right? Because sometimes it's not safe. But look at the people you are asking like questions. If those are professional people, look at the sites you are going to looking for opportunities, because there's a lot of scammers out there, and especially in Johannesburg, there's a lot of scammers, especially online. You will apply for a job and they'll be like, now send 150 or send 300 rand for a, let's say for police clearance or whatsoever, which is a lie. You don't have to pay for a job. If the job is for you, you're gonna be called for an interview and you're gonna be offered a position if you are successful in that interview. If you are not, then the job is not for you. So you need to check if so you need to check if in the city that you want to relocate to, are there any opportunities? How is the social networking? Are you going to be able to achieve your goals there? Are you going to be able to meet like good people who are going to be able to help you into progressing? And also what I've seen with Joburg is that there's so much of that. There's so much of social networking. There's so much of programs. There's so much of, even on YouTube, even on Twitter and Instagram, there's so much of women empowerment. So you are most likely to actually achieve your goals when you are at this site. Even on the other side, I'm not saying that you can't, but you are most likely to achieve your goals if you're in Joburg, but you need to work hard and you need to give yourself some time, I guess. The last thing that you have to check before you relocate, or if you are planning to relocate, is the resources. in the city you want to relocate to. What I mean is that you also have to check if it's gonna work for you. As I said earlier, that relocating is a personal decision. It needs your emotional strength. So relocating to a city that is not gonna help you progress, it's a waste of time. Relocating to a city with no opportunities on your field or on the things that you want to achieve in your life, it's actually not gonna work for you. And you need to check if, let's say, you're a drama student and you want to relocate to another city. You can come to Joburg, or you can decide to come to Joburg. It's gonna be fine for you because there's a lot of agencies here. There's a lot of casting agencies here. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities in terms of that industry. So check if where you want to relocate is gonna work for you. So I know again that I feel like in South Africa, like there's a high demand, especially in everything, like in most of the industries. So for me, what worked for me, it was my why. What worked for me, it was me being patient, and it was me reminding myself every day on why am I here. So regardless of the opportunities, regardless whether I had money or not, but I knew that even if that is not there at that point or at that moment, I was gonna be patient, and I was patient with myself, and I didn't feel like this is actually not working for me, so this is actually not working for me, so let me just go back home. No, I really understood that I made a decision that I want to be in a different city, and I know how long I want to be in a different city, whether things are working out for me or not. But I need to actually be patient with myself, and to remind myself every day on why am I here. And also, as I have mentioned earlier, that relocating, it must be your own decision, especially if you are not relocating because of a job, or because of a promotion, or because of a better offer, I'll say. So no one has to tell you. Don't listen to your friends saying, Chomi, you need to relocate, come to Joburg or come to Cape Town or whatsoever. No, the reason why, because it can work for your friend and it can not work for you, and you don't want to find yourself being stranded in a different city where your family is not there, where no one is going to help you. So it has to be your own personal decision, and also you need to look after yourself, and you need to be strong. You need to be strong for yourself, and also not to be shaken by anything, and also not to listen to whoever is telling you to do some things that are not aligning with yourself. So yes, you're gonna lose like a lot of people because you actually not doing what they do, but at the end of the day, you're gonna benefit a lot, and you're gonna achieve a lot for yourself if you decide to stick to your why, and also to focus on your goals. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video, if you have watched it until this far. And I do hope that if you haven't subscribed, you do subscribe, you like and you comment, and you share my video. We are on the road to 500 subscribers. Our goal for now is to reach at least 1,000 subscribers, and also to get more views, and also you guys can help your girl to grow on this YouTube thing. I do love you guys, and tell me, are you planning to relocate, or what was your experience when you were relocating, or what are the things that you planned before you relocate to another city? I do love you guys, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.